Your recording there should be. And there goes podcast audio recording there. Outstanding. And let's take a look at this shit regarding food workers' rights. Don't we typically talk about sex workers' rights? Funny thing is, right? Like a lot of fucking swerfs and people who very, very cynically call themselves abolitionist regarding sex workers' rights, that they would be so happy to see a sex worker that can, get a couple of $300 an hour clients, right, for 2 hours, and maybe get 2 of those a week, and that's gonna be $1,200 before expenses. They would love to just see them working at McDonald's. Like, they absolutely fucking hate sex workers, and they also hate sex workers' income. But that's not the deal here. Not for this go about it. For this go, it's food workers' rights during coronavirus. Interesting things, websites that I don't typically see. Like this website is called civileats.com. That's right, folks, civileats.com. And they have an article up by a Nadra Nittle, Nittle, and this person specializes in food and farm labor, food policy, and health. And just a little bit, like you want to get down to the, get right down to the funky business of the article. And here, going into a paragraph a little deeper in, with new federal recommendations to cancel gatherings of almost any size to halt the spread of the coronavirus, multiple states have recently placed restrictions on restaurants, limiting the number of diners who can be in an establishment at once. These are things that I don't know about, right? Like, I'm pretty sure the McDonald's right outside my house could give a mad fuck. Like, whenever I pass by that thing, because it's a gas station and McDonald's on one building, and whenever we pass through that motherfucker, man, like, yeah, the breakfast period and the lunch period, long line, the relatively small dining area, pretty full, even though it's not hard to fill. And so they're not doing that over here. Maybe they're doing that near you. I don't know. All right. It says limiting the number of diners who can be in an establishment at once and ordering restaurants to transition to drive-through and delivery service only. But those efforts don't address the fact that 25% of food workers that only 25% of food workers receive paid sick leave. And they actually have a hyperlink to that. So I'm definitely going to link you to this Civil Eats. These folks are on their shit. But only 25% of food workers have paid sick leave, increasing the likelihood that these laborers may continue to show up to work ill and spread infectious diseases to colleagues and customers. The coronavirus cannot be transmitted through food, but the virus can live on high-touch surfaces found in restaurants such as tables, countertops, cardboard, and plastics. Oh, right, that area where everybody grabs a lid for their cup. Everyone's fingers touch that. And right after their fingers touch their debit card, which has been in and out of their wallet, which is in and out of their pocket, but their debit card is also touching machines that everyone else's debit card is touching. And then the thing where you punch the number in with your finger, everyone's fingers are touching that after touching the doorknob, after touching the bathroom doorknob. This is happening all the time with no coronavirus. It's already gross. But let's try not to spread this virus as well. A Waffle House employee in Georgia has tested positive for the coronavirus, and the restaurant chain granted this individual, they say him, Hopefully, they're not misgendering anyone, but they have granted him, as it says in the article, and his quarantined co-workers paid sick leave. Waffle House, however, stopped short of committing to pay sick leave for other employees who may contract it in the fucking future. Additionally, McDonald's announced last week that it would provide 2 weeks of paid sick leave to employees who contract coronavirus, but that offer applies only to workers at its corporate-owned U.S. restaurants. Franchises reportedly operate more than 90% of the 14,000 McDonald's restaurants in the country. Hence, McDonald's workers are asking the company, to the world's second largest employer, to ensure that all workers receive paid sick leave, but for the coronavirus or any be it for the coronavirus or any other medical condition. All right. And I mean, and you see something similar when right before I got up, because I'm one of those people, I keep the smart device right by the bed, but I'm a content creator, so like I'm constantly in a mode of notes. What the fuck are people talking about? What are the notes? What's the news of the day? Damn it. So I'm not having fun. Like when I keep the smart device right next to my head while I sleep, that's because welcome to being on the clock all the fucking time. But Business Insider, and this was shared by Chelsea Springler, who was on the program. Got to get Chelsea Springler back on the program. Very smart young person. This from the Business Insider. Leaked McDonald's recordings show the company is fighting against parts of Trump's coronavirus bill that will get workers who be paid sick leave. And doop down in this article, it says that McDonald's is pushing for changes to a coronavirus relief bill that would require its restaurants across the U.S., 95% of which are owned by franchises, to give workers 2 weeks of paid sick leave, describing it as an effort to protect franchisees' financials. Why doesn't the multi-billion fuck dollar intercontinental company handle that shit? You got it. Do it. The fucking billionaires are not gonna be less billionaire. These people are fucking, this capitalism shit is fucked, yo. And they further say that the fast food giant has been lobbying the Trump administration and Congress to alter a bill that would require employers with 50 to 500 workers to provide 2 weeks of paid sick leave, employees said on an internal conference call on Monday. McDonald's has pushed back against plans to use a tax credit to cover the costs, which executives said would fail to protect franchisees. Here's a quote from David Tovar, the McDonald's vice president of U.S. communications. David Tovar says, "We know that the funding mechanism and the repayment timing could cripple small business owners. Pulling out all the stops to work with the National Franchisee Leadership Alliance, owner-operators, our trade partners, our friends in Congress, congressional leaders, and anyone who can make a difference to fix the bill." All right, and that's from David Tovar, the vice president of U.S. communications for McDonald's. All right, and this is on Business Insider. We will link the living shit out of this to you, coming off of winecellarmedia.com, and we'll keep on dancing it forward. Phoenix Calida, you may have heard of that individual. She really is like, she has to fucking like interact with the public as little as possible now. She can't do shit because she's like immunocompromised. So, like, yeah, like we literally have someone who could be one of the death statistics right here in this household. So, that also means that I can't do a great deal. You know, and it's risky. Like when we go to, like, she went to the grocery store, bought a loaf of bread, and as soon as you get home with that loaf of bread, wash your hands. And she took sanitizer wipes and wiped the bag around the bread loaf off because it was just in the store. Any the fuck body may have grabbed that loaf, picked it up, look at it, examine it, slam it on their forehead. Their kids walk up and lick it as they do. And someone puts it online and makes a meme. A boomer remover meme, if you will. So yeah, we get home, sanitize everything you fucking had to buy so you can eat food as soon as you buy it. And it's fucking real like that. All right, folks, winecellarmedia.com. This shit is very isolating for Phoenix Calida.